Well, the time has finally come. The moment we all dreaded but knew was inevitable. Like all great stories, Lewis Hamilton's incredible journey with Mercedes has reached its conclusion. Ironically, it wasn't just the fans who were ready for change. Lewis himself appeared eager for this chapter to end. From frustrations with the pit crew over tyre prep during qualifying to a perceived lack of communication from his trusted race engineer Bono, the cracks in their once unshakable partnership began to show. The 2024 season was a rollercoaster, with fleeting highs overshadowed by extended lows. The W15, plagued by its narrow operating window, became the scapegoat for Mercedes' struggles. Updates that were supposed to improve the car often did the opposite. It wasn't the fitting swan song fans had hoped for their 7-time world champion. But could these struggles be linked to the elephant in the room? Lewis's move to Ferrari? Rumours swirled throughout the paddock that Hamilton's impending departure to join Mercedes' historic rival had led to a shift in priorities within the team. Strategy mishaps, last-minute calls, and experimental setups seemed to dominate Lewis's garage. Meanwhile, George Russell appeared to benefit, grabbing poles and outperforming his legendary teammate in the final standings for the first time. Adding to the narrative were comments from within Mercedes that hinted at a changing dynamic. Lewis was only offered a 1+1 contract, signalling perhaps a lack of long-term commitment from the team. For a driver of Hamilton's stature, this felt like an underwhelming conclusion to an illustrious tenure. Wolff himself admitted the difficulty of managing such a transition, stating, "It made it easier for us because how do you tell a 7-time world champion that you want to stop?" The conspiracy theorists had their moment during the Abu Dhabi finale. After the race, team principal Toto Wolff's cryptic radio message to Russell thanking him for sticking with what we wanted to do ignited speculation.
George, yes, that we need to find out why the car isn't so happy with that. But lots of work to do, lots to analyze, and I'm sure we're going to get on top. And thank you for sticking with what we wanted to do this weekend with setups and parts.
Yeah, cheers, Toto.
While some argued this hinted at preferential treatment, Wolff later clarified the team's intentions. Russell had been given experimental parts and setups for the 2025 car, a standard approach for the driver staying with the team. This wasn't the first time Lewis had borne the brunt of experimentation. Over the final 6 races, Mercedes publicly admitted they were using Hamilton's car for data collection and testing to improve the 2025 machine. Despite the narrative of sabotage circulating online, Toto Wolff repeatedly emphasized that the team was doing everything they could to maximize results within a challenging season. Let's not forget, 2024 wasn't just a tough year for Lewis, it was a development nightmare for Mercedes as a whole. From the Silverstone package that briefly revived hope to updates that seemed to send them backwards, Mercedes' struggles reflected a broader uncertainty about the car's performance. In Wolff's words, "We were learning on the fly," and unfortunately some of those lessons came at the expense of results on track. Amidst this, Hamilton's legacy with Mercedes remains unshaken. An 11-year tenure, 6 world titles and countless records have cemented their partnership as one of the greatest in F1 history. But as Toto Wolff put it, "Every great relationship comes to a natural end, and this was our time." Meanwhile, his new team boss at Ferrari, Frédéric Vasseur, has been full of praise for the incoming star. When former Ferrari boss Mattia Binotto criticised the decision to sign Hamilton, Vasseur hit back, saying, "I am happy that so many people have the time to comment on our choices. I am focused on our work." He also defended Hamilton against critics, stating, "He is in a complicated situation at the end of a long collaboration." There is also frustration. He knew that the season would not be easy. Hamilton's move to Ferrari might give him a fresh start, but the bitterness of his Mercedes farewell will linger. A partnership that brought record-breaking success deserved a better ending, but instead it leaves us asking, was this a case of mismanagement or something more deliberate? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Was Lewis Hamilton's farewell season mishandled, or are fans reading too much into Mercedes' actions?